Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to another episode of A Dairyman's Diary. My name is Will, and you join me here on GWENDDWR as we unleash the big boys, to be honest. This is the Massey Ferguson 390. We've got the Vicon tether on the back, and we're flying through this field. We changed our mind with this, actually. This was supposed to be baled up for silage, but there's not a lot of grass here, and there's a field just down the road there that we're going to turn into hay as well, so we thought, why not just kick them both into hay, to be honest. Which is what we're going to do, which is fantastic. So we will do this, and it's going to come along quite nicely, I think. All in. We're very busy today. Dad and Howie are out baling silage as we speak. Dad's raking it up, and Howie's on the balers today, so they're getting that done. And then we have a bit of a tractor shortage, actually. The Massey Ferguson, the big Massey, is stuck on the square baler, the Heston baler, getting that all geared up, ready to roll. So as a result, that's not doing a great deal. We are going to have to take this back up to the yard and stick the McHale wrapper onto the back of here and finish wrapping up those silage bales. So we'll get through this field nice and quickly. There's not a lot of grass cut down here. And we'll get through this one and we'll head back over there. And then, yeah, we're going to do that. And we've also got another couple of fields of hay I want to throw around as well, just to get aired out. It's a beautiful day. It's a nice drying day. So I want to just throw this around a little bit and get everything drying out nicely. Other than that, though, we're making some good progress. We've got this hay to do. We've got the second cut silage that we're starting now. Once we get that out of the way, that'll be the most of our winter feed done. All being well, we can turn our attention to harvest, but we're not quite there yet, as I mentioned. We've got a little bit of time to wait for that. Now, can I get both of these in here? No, I can't. We'll just have to take one. But yeah, so we'll fly through this. There's a good crop of silage going on at the moment, though. We've got some good grass knocked down the last few days. There's plenty to keep us busy there. We've probably got about another 100 acres, I think it's actually roughly 117 acres down at the moment, so all the land around the farm's knocked down now. We can get that worked out, which would be great to see, actually. Very much looking forward to getting that done. And then, like I say, yeah, we'll bring out the Heston baler, get the hay baled, and then after that we're on to cereal crops and making sure we get all of our, getting all that straw baled up and stacked up as well. We've got the Vicon tether on the back here. It's about 6 meters in width and it's doing a fine job. It doesn't get used too much, and typically it just goes onto this Massey. Massey's usually used just for light jobs around the yard, but it can pull this tether no problem, and it's better than sticking it onto the back of the like the New Holland or the 6480. That New Holland's not done any work since the last video, though. We have a problem with the fuel injectors on there, so we're bringing out the technician to come and have a look at that soon. The fitter will have a look, see if they can get that all repaired, but I'm not sure what's causing the issue, to be honest. So we need to keep an eye on that one. So other than that, though, everything's looking good. We're progressing through nicely. And hopefully that's just a minor fix and they can get that done. I fancied something with the engine management or the internal computer there somewhere not relaying a message or not flicking off a reset or something. But typically with the more modern machines these days, I can't really do much with it. It's got to be looked at with a fitter and plugging it into their diagnostic computers. So we can only do so much these days. But we will get this field finished here now, and then we're going to head on back up to the yard where we can hopefully we'll disconnect the tether, we'll stick it on the wrapper, and we'll chase those guys out the field as well. But all being all, we're in for a nice ride, so we'll finish this field up. We're going to have a lovely cruise on back over to the yard, and we'll take it from there. So we'll see you in a little while. Alright then, we are all folded up here nice and tightly. Look at how clean and immaculate this tractor is. It's just a stunner. I really do like this a lot. We're going to jump back in, though. We're going to shut the door, the window, though, just to keep it a little cooler in here. And then we will get on our way. So we'll probably leave that for about another day or so. I don't think it's going to need thrown out again. It should be fine as it is. But we'll just take it by its individual case tomorrow. It's not supposed to be too damp tonight either, but there is a cool breeze continuing to blow, so that should keep drying it out nicely and should get it in a position where we can bale it hopefully tomorrow afternoon. But yeah, other than that, everything is looking good. Some of the other hay ground we're going to jump into further up the road is looking fantastic, actually. Really nice, good quality and quantity of hay there. So we'll get into that one, but like I say, we're going to take this back up to the yard now, and then we'll get the wrapper on and see where we stand. Okay, so we'll just get that back window open there. Nice, get some fresh air. This old gill doesn't have any AC in here, so we'll do everything we can to replicate that, I think. Still no sign of the fitter, sadly. I don't know when he's coming, but we need to get him here soon because, yeah, I need to get that tractor up and working ASAP. But as soon as that's done, then we're good to go. It would be nice if we could use that today for the wrapper, but what the old Massey can do, it's not a question of too much power, it's just going to be a little bit noisy and slightly more uncomfortable, I think. But never mind, we'll get around that, we'll find a way. So we're just going to cruise around the corner now. If the guys should have, they started over there, so you can see there's some bales in that field for us to jump into. And now they've gone over the back end of where the cows are there as well, so there's plenty of silage to run into. After that, there's a field behind us there. That one's done. There's a field over in the corner. If I bring up our map here, we can have a look through and see exactly what we've got left to do. So they are in 23-4 at the moment. They've bailed 23. They've got 25 and 26 to work at there. Before they have to, well, there's a few further away from us as well, but they won't get to that this afternoon, I don't think. That might be tomorrow. The big Massey is all hooked up to the Heston baler, ready to rock and roll. That's going to have a lot of work put through it this summer, I think. We are open to contract work as well, so occasionally we have a few neighbouring farmers who want a little bit of work done here and there, so we might find ourselves doing that. But yeah, for the most part, it just does all our work. Let's get this hooked up. That's lovely. Excellent stuff. But that silage can't be too far off being ready to roll, I don't think. It doesn't usually take that long to ferment, actually. We all good here? Yeah, perfect. Alright, then we'll get ourselves into the field and get set up and we'll see how we look. It's actually quite nice to spend some time in this old machine. It really doesn't get used that much. Greg uses it for the most part to be scraping out the yard, but yeah, it's nice to get some time spent onto here. We'll get these rolled up. It's going to be a bit noisy because I'm going to keep the window open because it's so blooming hot in here, but we'll keep going and then we'll eventually get through the field. You can just see there's a couple of bales waiting for us through there. So there's plenty for us to go at. So as you can see, I thought we'd come in just check out and see what the boys are doing here. They've made quite a few bales so far, and they're getting through this field very nicely. There's a few little bits around the gateway they've missed again, but we'll tidy those up before they're done. But yeah, ultimately, it's coming along very nicely indeed here, making some fine progress and getting all these bales done, which is the main thing. The Ford is roaring along, absolutely pulling through there, which is great to see. And we'll get all these wrapped up nice and quickly. So we'll go and take a little trek back over to the Massey. That one, we had to do a little bit of adjustment there with the wrapper. It just wasn't quite pulling off some of the wrap properly, but that's been done now anyway, and it's coming along. So yeah, we can really make some progress now. Yeah, it's a little bit slow going, but it goes, that's the main thing. That's another one done, and we'll hopefully swing it around here. One good thing is this little Massey is very nimble. Turn on sixpence kind of thing. There we go, took a bit of hedge there, but we're through. Perfect. Well, we will keep rumbling through these. We'll try and get as many of these bales wrapped up as we can. Hopefully those guys will keep on going and get ahead of us. Usually with this I can do about 30 an hour if I have to play catch up, so I'll bear that in mind as the stuff get a little bit damp later on down the line. But yeah, for now we'll just keep rumbling through and we'll see how we go. So we will give you a bit of an update later on. Well folks, change of colour, change of machine here. Dad was complaining that he didn't like to drive the John Deere and drive the rake, so I'm going to take over. I'm going to drive into this next field down here. This is our Glen field, as we call it. Not very big, again, about 9 acres, but big enough with a good crop of grass in it this year, actually. Really good crop of grass. So we'll get the rakes going, and I love driving this little 6410. It's a heck of a machine. It really, really is. Dad doesn't know what he's missing. I think he's a little bit disgruntled at how he's in the old, in this Ford, in his pride possession. But yeah, we'll get this field done. We'll probably get this one and maybe one more done tonight, I think. And we'll see how we go with that. But leaves us with plenty to do, that's for sure. But yeah, as you can see, there's a heck of a swath coming off here. It really, really is. And the great thing about this, using this rake and this John Deere, the John Deere can just tick over almost to idle. And can plenty power to pull this along. Really doesn't have to worry about anything too much at all. So we'll just let it tick along at idle there, and then the Ford can keep going behind me. I need to fix that bracket, that exhaust rattles quite a bit. But that needs to be fixed. But other than that, it is a grand machine. Really, really nice. So I hope you all do very well. I hope whatever you're getting up to, you are managing to get it all done. This weather's holding out for you. A lot of people have had a lot of rain of late. We've been fortunate enough to keep the sunshine rolling on, which has been fantastic. As I mentioned earlier there, once we get this done, this is the last big thing before harvest really, which would be great to do. Get this big second cut and then the hay in as well. That should give us enough fodder for the winter, but we'll see. We always try and do a sneaky third colour silage as well, so we'll have to see how that one pans out. But yeah, we'll likely get that done. That shouldn't be a problem. And hello and welcome along to all of the new subscribers. Simulation for the Nation happily tells me that the channel is still booming, so that's fantastic. So thank you ever so much and welcome along to all of you new guys and girls. It's great to have you on board. If you do have any questions, comments or feedback, do drop them in the comment section down below and we will do our best to try and get onto those. Okay, we're flying through here. Lovely stuff. This is one of my favourite fields on the farm, I have to say. It's a glorious little field. We quite often just let the cows go into here, but we shut them out this winter just so we knew that we could get a good growth in the spring coming through. Yeah, they're happy enough. We'll probably put them back in actually once we get this cleared. I think it makes no sense to keep them out. Coming along nice. So I think Dad's jumped onto the old Massey. He should have at least. He should be wrapping up those old bales there, which is great. We'll keep him working, this earning his keep. We'll pull over here. Excellent stuff. So we're going to keep pushing along here. We've got plenty to crack on with. This has been a little bit of a shorter episode because we just have a lot to do here, and I'm conscious that you've seen quite a lot of it before, but we'll keep it nice and short and sweet so at least you know what we're doing, where we're up to, and we will come back to you once we have all this silage done, all being well. But for now though, thank you ever so much for watching. I have been Will. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Simulation for the Nation for more in the coming weeks and months, all being well. Hopefully soon, if this sun stays out, we'll be able to get cracking on some of our spring cereal harvest, which shouldn't be too far away. But we'll have to wait and see on that. It all depends on the weather, as always with farming. But until next time though, thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. We will see you in the next one, which will likely be some stage over the coming, over next week I should imagine. But until then, do enjoy yourself, take care, whatever you're doing, but most importantly, happy farming.